And welcome back to Let's Play Sonic 06. Last time we finished up a level. What level did we do? That was just yesterday and we forgot. In any case, we're beginning the trials as Silver. So Silver's trials are different than Sonic's, but they're just as bad in terms of just being kind of annoying. The test of friendship, you have to save Blaze the Cat. Two ways to save Blaze the Cat. One, defeat all the enemies. Two, clip through the cage. Whichever you prefer to do. Speedrunners obviously prefer clipping through the cage because speedrunners? That was cheap. Now I don't remember what Silver's challenges are, but as a result, I think Silver has the second highest number of whatchamacalls, town missions of anybody, because Sonic obviously has the most, because he has a lot of mandatory story missions in addition to the 3 trials, so that's like 5 or 6 required ones. And Sonic, and Silver has, like 3 or 4. No, Silver might have more required missions because Amy has that one mission. Then you have to do the mission to get to the town. Then there's the mission to get to this mission. So yeah, I think Silver might actually have more missions than Sonic, but I'm not entirely sure. Now for some reason, I think I have this weird vague recollection of like... No wait, that would not be right time-wise. That does not add up. I was gonna comment on a stream or something that I was watching when I first played this game, but I realized that that would not match up time-wise at all. So yeah, using the metal boxes to clip yourself through the cage, probably a little bit easier than doing it this way. Not gonna lie, it probably actually would be a lot faster. Cause this takes a while. Because here's the thing, the clear trigger is just running into Blaze. So once you do that, the mission ends. So you can get like a really good time bonus if you manage to clip through really fast. If you don't clip through really fast, then of course you're not going to get a good time bonus.
Looks like I'm on a roll.
Are we now? Now, by the way, this is going to be the longest video probably in the entire series because Kingdom Valley as Silver is a bad time. I'm just gonna say, it's a bad time. It's a really bad time. I don't even know how to describe how terrible. Oh shoot, we're screwed. Trial of memory, we're screwed. If it says anything, I don't remember what this trial is, which is the hilarious, ironic part of it. Is I don't remember what the trial of memory is, which is actually really funny when you think about it. I remember the trial of friendship. Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. There is a pattern to this. I think there's a pattern to this. I hope I did it right. What do you have to say? Flames disaster sealed 10 years ago. I think I'm doing this right. I hope. Now I'm not entirely sure what the first question was supposed to be. Hatred, go left, teamwork. Okay. I read that totally wrong, but I think I did it. This is fixed. The pattern is totally fixed, so if you just want to Google it, I would say go for it. So look at how tight that is, though.
I need to pull it together.
Look at how tight that timing window is. I took under 30 seconds, and that was still a D rank, which is kind of insane. You legit have to memorize it. Okay, here's the thing. You have to actually read the question, which takes a lot of time. So, either speed read or Google it. My advice would be Google it. Test of Heart. What was this one? I don't remember this one. We'll have to see. Hope it's not as bad as the last one. Oh, bloody hell. This is gonna be bad. I remember it now. We have to attack. We have to defeat all the enemies without using any objects. Which, apparently their projectiles count not as objects. Thank goodness. Because otherwise this mission would be really frustrating. Okay, this is actually not as bad as I thought it would be, so I'm happy for that. That's kind of scary. Yeah, this one's actually pretty easy. Just, yeah, use projectiles. Now, what was I worried about? Is that one special? It is. I guess it came out first. I don't know what hit me there. To be honest. So those blue enemies shoot lasers that you can still grab, so keep that in mind. Yeah, you can still pick those up, so definitely do so. Now I'm also not sure about the next thing we do after the next level, because this is actually it for Silver's story. We only have 2 more levels left, Crisis City, and you may have guessed it, Flame Core. Flame Core makes sense because it's the lava level where we went to fight Iblis last time, so... In the other stories, I mean, we fought Iblis after going through Flame Core, so it makes sense fighting Iblis there. In Silver Story too. Problem... we could either do the medals as Silver and the town missions, or we could just do the last story and just be like, save the medals and silliness for after the last story. And I haven't quite decided how to approach this yet. I'm thinking at this point that after the next video, like 2 videos from now, we will just go ahead and do all Silver's side stuff, get that out of the way, do the last regular mission and the last story, do a separate video for the final boss because it's a little long, and then one more episode talking about the multiplayer, which will be fun with one person. No, actually, nah, I'm not gonna show the multiplayer because that'd be weird trying to hook up multiple controllers and do all that. So yeah, I'm gonna skip the multiplayer.
You look like you're in a hurry.
So, what's going on?
Circumstances have changed. I need to rescue the princess.
Yes, Kingdom Valley once more. Last time, thank goodness. Well, technically the last time. Where was Blaze in that cutscene? You may be wondering why I'm asking that, and it will become clear next cutscene.
I should have realized Eggman's...
Okie dokie, so Kingdom Valley is arguably the longest level in the entire game, I would say. And Silver's iteration is no exception. It's long, fair warning, it's pretty difficult too. So I would advise you to not go for medals and other things like S ranks in the same run. I'd suggest breaking it up, actually. Okie dokie. First medal, kind of a gimme. There. Voila! Piece of cake. Okie dokie, what's left? Or what's next? Oh boy, I forgot this. Remember those towers from Shadow's version? Yeah, this isn't the most fun thing in the world, and also physics. are kind of scary too. On my practice run, this was, I think, the level I played the most of any. I think I even got Sonic's S ranks faster than Silver's. This S rank, for some reason, was like really tough for me, and I'm not entirely sure why. I feel like at its core it should be an easier level than Sonic's, but yet for some reason I find it a lot harder. Maybe because it's more combat oriented instead of being very like speed based. And frankly, when they try to throw a million enemies at you, it really shows how not polished the combat is. I'm not really sure, but anyway, I'm not entirely confident about if we're gonna be able to get any more S ranks for the duration of this LP, to be fair. Even the final boss is really picky. Sometimes I can S rank the final boss, no problem, no time flat. Other times it is a ridiculous endeavor. So grab this, I'll grab that first, and then grab this checkpoint. These guys kind of suck. It's kind of terrible. Oh boy. Falling. So I think what we have to do is go up here if I'm not misremembering. Voila. So by the way, with these bars, I didn't really make a note of it. All you do is hold right trigger. That's it. No special command for bending steel. Just hold the button. Okay, that was cheap. Like Silver, I don't know, with these types of obstacles, how Silver, or any character for that matter, is actually supposed to get past those. By the way, I actually forgot to check for upgrades for Silver. So I hope we got all of his upgrades. If not, oh well. No big loss. Quite frankly, the nearest shop from the forest is really far away from the Kingdom Valley trials, so I just was like, nah, not worth it. Okay, so we're on these platforms. You know what? One thing I will say is that some of the physics are really good in this game and others are really bad. Like, destroying these platforms tends to look really terrible. So I'm not sure how refined the physics engine was at this point, like Havoc. I'm assuming not very, considering it doesn't feel like it. Trap. I think it's worth it to lose all your rings for 1-up. Personally, that's my call. If you have plenty of lives, I'd say don't go for it. If you are trying to S-rank it, don't go for it because you're going to be in mission mode anyway. So you probably shouldn't go for lives considering you default at 5 anyway. It just doesn't seem like it's a worthwhile life to get. Especially because with an S rank you can't die once. So yeah. There was one time when I actually died but I had such a good time bonus that I actually managed to still S rank the stage. It was off screen during my practice run for the LP. I S ranked Crisis City first time with like one-handed because my time bonus was just ridiculously high for whatever reason, and I managed to hold on to my rings during the last segment, so I actually managed to S rank it really easily. I did not expect that at all. Not gonna happen ever again, by the way. I think that was a fluke. And by the way, if you're wondering, I was like eating lunch at the time, so that's why I was like one-handed. Yeah, sometimes okay. Physics. Apparently the next medal is supposed to be around here, but I'm not entirely sure where. Yeah, I'm not really sure where this next medal is supposed to be. It's supposedly here. We have to knock down the tower, I know that much. It says it's up ahead after knocking down the tower, which is super not helpful of a hint. Maybe it's in these rocks. I really don't know where this medal is. I guess it's right there. Let's see what else. By the way, Kingdom Valley was actually one of the first levels shown off from the game, to my knowledge. I think it and Crisis City were like in the E3 like 2005 or 2004 trailer. I want to say it was, but I'm not entirely sure. I remember being super hyped for this game. Until I found out how much a PS3 cost. And if you're wondering at the time, Xbox also wasn't an option because of the red ring. So yeah, I was kind of out of luck. 2009, when the system finally got price drop, was when I actually got Sonic. That was actually my first game. First games for PS3 were Ratchet & Clank Tools of Destruction, which by the way is a really good game, and this for PS3. And I had an adequate time with Sonic 06 because I had absolutely no expectations for it. I expected it to be the worst game ever, so when it was just pretty mediocre, I actually thought it was really good. Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to get past that without getting hit. So yeah, it's a weird kind of feeling for me, like hating a game, but also kind of being okay with the game because I expected to hate it more than it actually did. It feels really backwards, I know. But yeah, that is actually why I attribute that to why I like Sonic 06 more than most. Because when I played it, I just went into a mentality of it being really terrible, and I came out of it being like, you know what, this isn't actually that much worse than something like Adventure 1 or 2. Because at the time, I was getting really salty at Sonic Adventure 1, to be honest. I was having a lot of issues playing Sonic Adventure 1. Things like falling through the ground repeatedly, and, you know, dying, glitching, just all sorts of terrible things were happening on my run of Sonic Adventure when I was growing up. So yeah, I did not have a good time with Sonic Adventure as a kid. So when I actually played this game, it's like, it's not that much worse. It's about the same in my opinion, and yeah, that is kind of a radically unpopular opinion to some. I feel like a lot of people that I've talked to actually agree. And yeah, like, this game really isn't that much worse than Adventure, but basically the difference is this game was 10 years later, and has no nostalgia as a factor. So, next medal. This is actually the last one as Silver for a little bit. That should indicate that, like Shadow Stage, we do get to play Sonic in this level. I mean, like in Aquatic Base, we got to play Shadow, so likewise we get to play Sonic a little bit in this stage. I'm trying to think. My least disappointing Sonic game was probably Rush. Because I went into Sonic Rush literally knowing nothing about it, and I ended up really liking it. I like Sonic Rush a lot as a game. Even though it has some rough patches, I like both games a lot. I have played Rivals 2, speaking of anniversary games, and I wasn't happy with the game at all. It was kind of cheap. A lot of the deaths I had were really cheap deaths, so I didn't like Rivals 2 at all. It was like $2, so I don't feel too bad about it, but still, that's the principle of the matter. Riders is weird, speaking of 2006 Sonic games. By the way, there were a lot of games in 2005 to 2006 in the anniversary build-up. And I have really mixed feelings about pretty much all of them. Hey look, we're finally playing Sonic again. By the way, this is actually our last time playing Sonic in the entire LP. This is weird to say, but yeah, this is actually the last time we get to play Sonic in the entire game. And there is a caveat to that, but we'll get to that when we get there. Riders was weird because I got super pissed off at the game. Like really pissed off on my first playthrough because the mechanics were arguably not very good. funny part, I beat the hero mode story literally in the first day of owning the game, even though I was raging hardcore at it. That's how short Riders is. And of course, that doesn't account for the Dark story or the Babylon story, I think is what it's called. Team Babylon, something like that. But yeah, that just shows how short it was, that I somehow managed to clear it in an afternoon, despite getting really mad at it. I would have been like 10 at the time, to put things in perspective, in terms of me being that mad at a game. Yeah, I haven't actually been that mad at a game in a really long time. The last time I was this mad at a game, or that mad at a game, I think it would have been Arkham Asylum. Trying to 100% it. Because that game is actually hard to 100%. Either that or Drake's Fortune, Uncharted. Because there's that one section, there are a couple combat sections in the first game that are really hard. Yeah, so that's probably the most I've raged at a game. Okay, so the next medal is right around here somewhere. I think the spikes actually cause slowdown. Fun fact. Yeah, there's the medal. So that is number 7. So we only have 13 more medals than actual missions. Wait a second. Let's actually stick around here a little bit longer, because there's actually a hidden passageway. Take this out, so you actually have a place to stand. Now, I'm actually, not sure if we can actually get the next medal, because I think it might be up there. I'm not entirely sure. Not bursting with confidence about this, about where all the medals are, because I think it's by the pendulums, I want to say. Meaning we actually have to back up a little bit. At least you can go back, that's one nice thing. What other games came out? Rivals was one, and to be honest, everyone says Rivals 2 is way better than Rivals 1. And considering I barely tolerated Rivals 2, I'm probably not gonna give 1 a fair shot, ever. But yeah, anyway, I never finished my thought. Riders is actually not terrible in my opinion, it's just really, really frustrating. Because the AI cheats. Like, if you ever think Mario Party is imbalanced, or Mario Kart is imbalanced, or racing, that game's got nothing on Sonic Rivals. Sonic Rivals has some really bad rubber banding. That just really hurts the game on the whole. I like how this video is still going to be slightly shorter than a couple videos ago, despite the fact that this level is taking like a really long time, and we went through 3 missions. Also, those enemies perpetually respawn, so you can get missiles to break down the tower, so I don't think you get points for killing them. Yeah, I couldn't actually tell if I picked up a ring or not there. Yeah, you don't get rings, you don't get points for these enemies, because there's an infinite supply of them. Okay, we're good, we're safe. Grab on to Mr. Eagle. What was the Eagle in Banjo-Kazooie named? I want to play Banjo-Kazooie again. I'm gonna let's play it because I want an excuse to replay it. Because I do love Banjo-Kazooie, it's kind of a chore for me. As someone who didn't grow up with 3D collectathons, it's not something that's like second nature to me in terms of gameplay. So it is kind of a procedure, and some levels are kind of frustrating for me. But on the whole, I really enjoy Banjo, and I'm really, really looking forward to trying out ukulele. So waiting on that Switch version, because that's what I want to play the ukulele on. I'm watching a Let's Play of ukulele though, so I will not have to deal with all the weird day 1, I can't find everything garbage that a lot of people went through, because that game was actually criticized heavily for being overly cryptic. Ukulele, that is.
Looks like I'm on a roll.
I'm kind of impressed we got an A, considering it was only 20 ranks over. But hey, we got an S rank, pretty good. Good time, really. That was actually a pretty solid run, other than losing a lot of ranks. Now, I'm gonna break my tradition, which I've been doing a lot, and I am actually going to save. The reason being is we don't get another save point for a really long time, so just be on the safe side, we're saving now, because I don't want to replay Flame Core. Or Kingdom Valley and then Flame Core.
Elise! Wait. There's still a way to change this. If we return to an earlier point in time, we'll be able to save her.
I understand.
Chaos Control!
Silver! I could handle this myself. Besides, you got somewhere to go, right? You! I'll make sure to change Elise's fate. And that, in turn, should change your future, too. Thank you, Silver.
Yeah, just save her.
Now, I don't quite know how going into the same wormhole takes you to different places, but I guess if they transform your wishes to power, that makes sense. Sort of.
I know how to save our world now. We don't have to change the past. I'm sure of it.
So you have a plan? Well then let's hurry. I sense his flames.
Oh, I just realized it was loading again. So that's gonna be it for now. Next time we take on Flame Core, which is Silver's last stage, obviously.
I'm coming, Iblis!
So, thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Sonic 06.